If you're a true fan, you remember our original sponsor, Sun.
Oh my
No,
gosh,
just
that's
kidding.
true. Holy crap.
No, just kidding.
That's from the vault. Oh my goodness.
That's from the vault.
That's from the vault. Guys,
Anyway,
you don't get it, but
yeah.
maybe somebody will explain.
Let's jump right into it, though.
Second Rate Podcast. Roll the intro! Woo!
Hey guys, welcome back to the Second Rate Podcast, the podcast where we talk in depth about our caffeine addictions. I'm your host, Seth.
And I'm your other host, Caleb. And today is a very special edition of the Second Rate Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, because it is the dawn of a new mini-series called Second Rate Reviews Energy Drinks. That's right. Today, we will be reviewing energy drinks. I guess you might be wondering, well, why? You know, why have we decided why have we decided to do the very first episode of Second Rate Reviews to be energy drinks? Seth, why is that?
Well, you know, as a college student, I consume a lot of energy drinks. As a blue-collar worker, I consume a lot of energy drinks. And I know you are just a super huge caffeine addict.
I am. That's a true story, actually. I used to be a huge water drinker, and I would not drink any caffeinated beverages. However, I met this man, and he introduced me to, actually, NOS. And then it was a downhill spiral from there. And we're both very big into energy drinks. We have a nice, palate for them, as it were. And so today we thought, you know what? Let's go over the top 10 most consumed energy drinks in the United States of no official language. Don't look that up.
Let's jump right into it, though. Caleb, I'll let you pick out the first energy drink that we're going to try today.
All right. I will pick out the first. Thank you very much. And I think, why not start with what started it all? Let's go back full circle. And let's start with the NOS. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we did a quick calculation of all of these caffeine contents. We added them together, caffeinated beverages, and we'll tell you at the end how much what it was total. You can follow along and do mental math if you're one of those people.
Yeah, so NOS specifically has 160 milligrams of caffeine.
Oh, is that how much it is?
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay. I couldn't find it. 160.
Right, and it has apparently enhanced mental focus properties. I'm assuming
of course.
taurine and B12.
They all do. Oh yeah. Now, you want to just crack it open?
Let's just crack it open.
Listen to that.
It's smart about you.
Woo!
Before
Man.
every test I've ever taken.
It's like really dehydrated pee. I just can't help but think that. Sorry.
Yeah, so NOS is actually grapefruit flavored.
It is indeed, and it's got notes of that
Kind
grapefruit.
It's got kind of a grapefruit aroma a little bit to it.
It does have the notes of it, and you can see in the coloring here, we got a good amount of carbonation. We have a good amount of carbonation, a good grapefruity color that I can only assume comes from a lot of chemicals mixed together.
As you can see, the viscosity of the drink is rather low.
That's true. I'm gonna
down the throat easier.
That's true. In case you couldn't hear that, my cohort away from the microphone, it's got good viscosity, is what he was saying. It's got a good viscosity to it. And this is the drink that started it all back in high school, maybe like 10th grade, 11th grade. This is what started it all. And I got sucked into a never-ending spiral of energy drink addiction. So,
and that's his own fault, of course.
Of course it's my own fault.
Of course it's his own fault.
I drank from the apple that you gave me.
All right. You know what? Let's give this a try, Caleb.
Let's give this a try. Oh, that's good.
Man, nothing like what I drank at 8 a.m. this morning.
Did you have one this morning?
I did.
Oh my goodness gracious. This is something that we have talked about, is that the fact that we are going to be consuming at like maybe like 400 milligrams of caffeine throughout this episode. I didn't have one today. Apparently, I had one today.
Look, it's a stimulus. Everybody has a limit. As long as I don't have a heart attack on camera, we're good.
Yeah.
But
hey,
you know what? Commit to the bit.
You know what? That's true. praise God, we're young. We can probably handle
And
this.
of course, my co-host won't be filling these up a third of the glass every single time that we drink one.
That's actually a very good point. I did fill these up remarkably high for this first time here, but that's okay. We got to get the energy started. So what I do notice here is that it is smooth.
It is quite
It
smooth.
it is quite smooth, and there's a nice. You hear that? It's got a nice sound to it, and there's not too much fizz. It doesn't spill everywhere, and it doesn't aggravate my throat as it slithers its way down.
That's something about NOS that I've always appreciated is that there's a little bit less carbonation. The content inside the can might have sugar. This one, I believe, is the most amount of sugar for the can itself, coming in at 51 grams of sugar. However, 51 grams
My
of sugar per can.
goodness.
However,
Yeah.
the carbonation levels are a lot lower, and
Mm.
so is the caffeine content.
Mm-hmm.
So, Gil, where do you think that you'd rank NOS on this empty list of 1 all the way to 10? What do you think? Where would you rank NOS?
I think in the spirit of just kind of leaving things open, I'll put it at number 4.
Number 4. Caleb down for number 4 on the list.
Number
We're gonna
4.
put Caleb down as NOS number 4.
I'll put NOS number 4. I want to keep the podium spot open.
Oh, I understand that.
Just because I can see in this lineup, there are some that tickle my fancy a little bit, and I want to
Really?
keep that podium spot open. We might shift it around in the end.
We
but
might shift it around. And for that same reason, NOS is my favorite energy drink. I love NOS. Out of all this whole lineup here, I don't know if there's one that will surprise me. So I'm going to go ahead and put NOS at number 2.
Number
A
2.
strong play.
Strong play.
I
That is
know.
strong.
But NOS at number 2 allows me to keep that number 1 spot
That's
open.
true.
So I'm going to
That's a good idea. We don't want to show our hand too early, as it were. However, NOS, if you are watching,
Please sponsor us.
please sponsor us. Reach out to us. We might.
I drive
reach back.
cars.
He does drive cars.
If you give me a free car, if you give me a free 2024 BMW M4 competition edition, I'll allow you to sponsor me. Okay, I'll allow it.
He's got standards. I'll take a free can of NOS, and then we'll call it square. Seth, what do we have for number 2 on our list of drinks today? What else are we gonna dive into here? Let's get this cracking, as the kids say.
I think I'm gonna go with like good old and safe. Okay,
Good old safe.
the most classic energy drink, the one that everyone that's watching this video has likely had before.
Mm.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick out the White Monster.
Oh my heavens!
The White Monster is a classic.
Oh, listen to that. That had a pretty good pop sound. That was a good crunch, a good defizzing, and a good click at the end there. And look at that pour. Good pour. Look at that. Not too much fizz rose up. Not too little fizz rose up. It's looking good. We have good coloring in this. Good coloring. A nice cloudy white.
This almost looks like the cherry flavored Gatorade. But I've heard that some
It
people
does.
compare this to the blue Gatorade, the light blue Gatorade, the cool blue.
Interesting. I think. Oh, I could see the Arctic flavor. Is that cool blue?
Mhm.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, cool blue for sure.
It is. Okay,
Now,
I think we should skip the fancies and just jump right into it. Let's give her a taste.
right. That brings a smile to my
Oh.
face.
Memories.
That brings a smile to my face.
Memories
This
before
is-
my palate increased to other energy drinks.
Did you have this before, Nas?
I did. This was one
Interesting.
of those energy drinks that you see on every shelf. You see them at movie theaters, gas stations, Target
It's everywhere.
Target fridges,
Yep.
everywhere. They're everywhere.
That is true.
You're always safe with a White Monster. They will be at
Mhm.
any convenience store that you could possibly go to.
That's true. I didn't buy, or I should say, I didn't try this until a little bit later in my journey, in my energy journey. But when I did try it, oh boy, howdy, I have to admit, it's good.
It is quite good. I think because good and safe, right? The White Monster, a classic energy drink, one that comes with, let's see here, we're looking at 0 grams of sugar and 150 grams of milligrams caffeine.
We are.
I think that's good and safe.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, I have to put it at number 5.
Number 5.
Dead in the middle, just because of how safe it is.
Now, can I piggyback off of that and get in on this as well? I will also put it at number 5.
You will.
I will, because you know what? It's not my go-to. However, I like the taste. It is reliable, and it's good. I think it does
Good,
have
reliable.
good reliable. You know,
Good.
that's what we can call. That's what we can call it.
There's gonna be a lot of those, ladies and gentlemen.
We're gonna have to edit that out. Now,
We're not editing that out.
oh dear. Now,
Caleb, what are you gonna pick for our third energy drink?
for our
of the
third
day?
energy drink, this one I have more to say about. Okay, for the number three for the third drink of today is one that I have a lot to say about. Actually, this is something that I found recently at a little store called Aldi. Aldi, and this is a drink that has come to the top for me, and I'll explain why in a minute.
Really?
However,
Which one is it?
it is the Aldi Gridlock Ultra White Energy Drink. Now
Gridlock Summit.
Gridlock Summit. You might be wondering, have I heard of this before? Probably not. I've never heard of this either until I went to Aldi. It's an Aldi exclusive.
I had neither.
It's an Aldi exclusive, and if we listen,
Oh, that sounds like an Aldi can.
that's a pretty good can. That's a pretty quality can. And something, a note for our audio. That's a lot. That's a lot for you. For our audio
I'm gonna
listeners,
die.
in case you didn't,
I'm gonna die, bro.
in case you didn't notice what happened, I spilled, and the water dripped down the side of the can onto the floor, and onto the table. Oh gee, oh goodness gracious.
Well, it's a good thing that it's not going to get sticky on the rug because we do have another zero sugar energy drink coming to you from Gridlock Summit, Aldi's shelves and aisles.
It is 140 milligrams of caffeine, and
Not too bad.
what you'll notice is that it's got a similar look to the White Monster.
Should I give him a look at the viscosity?
That's good.
Should I give him a little bit?
That's good. Yeah. Take a look at the viscosity there, and something you'll notice. It looks a lot like the Monster one. Not a lot of fizziness that we can see, and it looks like the Monster one. To go back to that, it looks like the Monster one because, well, actually, there's no definitive reason. It just also tastes.
They're both clear white.
It also tastes like the Monster drink as well, and it's crazy. And it has become one of my favorite drinks because, listen to this. Guess how much these two. Okay, Monster. You know how much Monsters cost? About $3.19, right around there,
Give or take.
give or take. Like it costs dollars. Okay, the Aldi cans. Shout out, Aldi sponsor us. Aldi energy cans, 89 cents.
89 cents.
80
Less than $1.
89 cents for one of these drinks that's the same size. Now, have I had thoughts of, oh, this is probably terrible for my body and like the worst energy drink because it's so cheap? Yeah, I've had those thoughts. Have I seen anything conclusive about it? No. So I'll keep drinking it. In
Word.
ignorance, maybe. And it's just it's got a good mix of flavor. And it's got a good flavor to cost ratio. The cost is low, the flavor is high. And that's what we like. You
You know
buy
what?
low and you drink high, I guess. I don't know.
You know what, Caleb? Let's give this one a try.
Let's give them a try.
Wow.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of these drinks. You wouldn't expect this as 89 cents. You just wouldn't expect it. Seth, you're really thinking over there. You actually waited
Yeah,
to
I'm
drink the whole thing.
contemplating a little bit. I don't see too much of a different taste between the Monster and the Summit. However, the Gridlock Summit almost tastes smoother. Do you get that at all?
Interesting.
It's almost like a sweeter taste, and yet it feels smoother.
Let's do real quick. Let's run back.
Are we running it back?
Do you
Just
wanna-
give me just a
do you wanna
slight,
run back
just a
as well?
teeny bit?
Do you want to run back?
There you go. There we
Alright.
go. Just a little bit.
Let's run this back here. This is the Monster again. I noticed the smoothness.
Yeah, I think.
I do. The Monster felt a little sharp on
Interesting.
my buds.
Yeah, I think. What do you think you're gonna rank
I did
this?
notice.
This
is
is
a
one
number.
of your favorites.
This is a 2 for me.
This is a 2 for
This
you.
is a 2.
Pretty high on the list.
This is a 2. It is. Oh my goodness. This is a 2. It's cheap. It tastes good. It gives me that little boost when I'm wanting it, when I'm feeling like, oh, I'm a little tired or something. You know what? Actually, we bought one of each, right, for us to try. I bought 2 of these so I could have one for later. Because guess what? It's 89 cents. It's 89 cents. So you know what? Sure.
Didn't even burn the checkbook.
I didn't even burn the checkbook. It cost me like $1.79 total.
That's
for
wild.
2 of these cans.
That's
And
wild.
if I got 2 of these monsters, over $7.
That's wild.
Ka-chow, guys. Stonks. Listen to the Second Rate podcast and you will get advice on...
Financial advice on what energy drinks to buy. Here at SR
Indeed.
Reviews, we give you only the cleanest reviews,
Mm-hmm.
the most financially supportive ones as well.
Exactly. Please don't drink all these
No.
energy drinks at once. We will
You
not be held
should.
liable for anything that happens if you do. Now, enough pussyfooting around. Seth, where would you rank this drink?
I think because of what I said about it compared to the White Monster, I
Indeed.
think I'm going to place it right above.
Right above.
Right above White Monster at number 4.
Number 4.
For me.
Okay.
It's
okay.
not good reliable. You can only get it at Aldi. However, Aldis
true.
are everywhere. And you can buy these more in bulk
Mhm,
than
that's
White
true.
Monster. White Monster is a gas station energy drink. Gridlock is I'm going shopping. I got my chicken. I got my cereal. Now let me get that gaming at night
Yep,
energy
yep.
drink. I'm
That
going to go
fuel.
Gridlock at number 4.
Yep. And to add on to that, you actually raised a good point. That made me think of it. So thank you. Is the unreliability. This drink does take a hit at unreliability because there have been multiple occasions where I go to the Aldi store and they have 3 flavors: green, blue, white. Green and blue, they taste like kind of like the original Red Bull, but a little different.
Really?
And I don't like the original Red Bull, so I don't like those drinks that much. And they have those reliably. The white ones, however, these are a bit of a rare commodity. So there have been multiple times where I go out of my way to go to the local Aldi, which, thankfully is only like 5 minutes away. And I go there to find these drinks because I'm running low and I want to stockpile them, right, for when I want
Right.
them. And they're not there. They're not there. There have been
That's
times
tragic.
where it's even the one in Waconia by our school, it hasn't been there. So I would say this drink I like a lot, but it does take a hit for unreliability.
Keeping it, though, at the number 2 spot still. That's a pretty high ranking for you, given that we
I'm-
only have
I'm
top 5 ratings so far.
I'm thinking about it, actually.
Wait, really?
You know what?
You're thinking you're moving
You know
it
what, ladies and
down.
gentlemen, this is unprecedented. This is unprecedented. I'm gonna move it down to 3.
You're going to move it down to 3?
It has been demoted
Wow.
because the unreliability, that was a very good thing to raise up, Seth, is that it's unreliable. And so if you're going to want this in a pinch, you wouldn't place all your bets. I wouldn't put all my eggs in the basket of Aldi Gridlock because it's unreliable. So just for that, it's going down to 3. Wow, that was...
It's a really fair point to make, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But 3 is still high ranking, and we have only rated at top 5 so far.
That's
so
true.
I'm gonna go for one that I feel pretty strongly that you and I are gonna have very different opinions on this one. Very different opinions. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up
Woo-hoo-hoo!
the tropical, artificially flavored yellow edition Red Bull.
Listen to this. Interesting.
It's got a bit of a lighter.
It's got a
crack.
distinct. I was gonna say the same thing. It's got a lighter, distinct crack. There's some elegance there, and this is the drink that will give you wings, as it is advertised. I have yet to sprout wings. Oh my gosh!
Very yellow.
This is a very dark yellow. That's true.
This one's a little bit less caffeinated, so I don't feel so bad giving a
This
little
is.
bit more on this
That's a
one.
good point. This, you know what? It reminds me. It has notes of apple juice. If you really look closely at that, you'll notice it's got an apple juicy look to it.
Interesting.
Very intriguing. Now, what is the caffeine content? 80? Yeah, 80
on the
milligrams.
Red Bull can.
80 milligrams on this can, and I will show my bias right away. I love Red Bull, and this is a drink that while I was in school in Germany, I had this drink almost every single day. And I had
Every
it's
day?
almost every single day.
Man, who would drink energy drinks every day?
That
That's
could
wild.
not be us. These are drinks that I've come to love. And I'll tell you what, though. There's a difference between German Red Bulls and American Red Bulls.
So I
German
hear.
Red Bulls taste better than American Red Bulls. So I declare. Thus it is known, and thus it has always been known. Seth, do you want to crack into this bad boy?
I think we should crack into this bad boy.
Hey, cheers, brother. My goodness. Mmm.
Yeah.
My goodness. Audio listeners, we took 2 sips just now. Seeing what's here, and Seth, let's start with you. Where would you put this, and why would you put it there?
Yeah, so there are so many different flavors of Red Bull, right? And we all know there's a lot of different flavors of Red Bull.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
when it comes to different flavors, you have the yellow, light blue, dark blue, regular, white, red, dark red, and orange, right? I tend to put yellow at pretty much close to the bottom. Cinnamon might be the only one that
They have
I
a
think
cinnamon flavor?
They do. It's really gross.
Ugh, that sounds bad.
It might be the only one that's worse than the tropical flavor.
Interesting.
Now, I only like 3 flavors of Red Bull:
Mm-hmm.
Juneberry, Original, and Blueberry.
Interesting.
Maybe
Those are
Dragon
the 3.
Fruit. Maybe Dragon Fruit. Dragon Fruit's pretty good too.
Interesting.
But it's
That's
kind of like
very
only if the other 3 aren't there.
Mm.
I'm really feeling a Red Bull. But for that reason,
Okay.
I'm gonna put it at number 9.
Number 9.
I'm gonna truck this one down to number 9.
Oh my goodness.
It's got something with it. I think that the Tropical Edition Red Bull has an aftertaste. I believe that the Tropical Edition Red Bull has an
Interesting.
aftertaste. I don't believe that the other Red Bulls have this issue.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and I also am not a huge pina colada guy when it comes to
Okay.
artificial drinks. If you're gonna give me a pina colada, give me some real pineapple. Crack
That's
open that
fair.
pineapple can. I'll love it,
That's fair
but
enough.
not in the energy drink.
Mm,
Not for me.
Okay. You know what? That's respectable, Seth. Now I'm on the opposite side of that. This is a drink. Now I will to what you said. There is with American Red Bulls. I've noticed there's a taste that is comorbidly present with the main taste. There's a taste. It's just a different kind of undertone that comes with the American Red Bulls that I've noticed.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's something with it, and so I will say this. This is all to set up my power ranking here. This isn't my favorite flavor of Red Bull, but it is the only Red Bull here. And so to do it justice, because I love Red Bull, this is my number 1.
No way.
This is my number 1 selection.
We're 4 in, and you're moving Tropical Red Bull to number 1.
This is my number 1.
All the way up.
This is all the way up, number 1. However,
Wow.
then well, I guess if we want to actually power rank, the number 1 is Tropical Red Bull German,
Yeah.
Germany edition, because the American Bulls, they're not as good. So with that being said, since this is the only bull here, this is my number 1 power ranking. I like the flavor. I would say that my favorite
Number
flavor
one's
is the white
wild.
coconut berry. Shout out, best flavor. But I love the tropical. I have good memories with it, and it's just, it's chef's kiss. It's how do I describe it?
Gross. Detestable.
No, a number comes to mind. Oh yeah, 1, because it's number 1 for me.
All
And-
right.
and
Number
it's just-
9.
it's just beautiful. Now to move it forward to keep this momentum building before our ad break, this is our final drink that we'll review before the ad break, and this is a drink that has the most energy out of our entire selection, coming in at a whopping 350 milligrams
350 milligrams
In a
of
can.
caffeine, ladies and gentlemen.
with a warning that says "Do not exceed 2 cans daily."
It says that?
It says that at
Oh
the
my gosh,
bottom.
it does say that.
Also, there's this nice warning label. Warning, do not take with any other caffeine or stimulant. I mean, and then the pregnant or nursing. I feel it's pretty stock with these
Well,
other energy drinks.
You're no longer
but
pregnant, so we're good.
That's a good point. But this is the one with the most energy drink. And I mean, I already tipped my hand
The most energy drink.
for our visual. Did I say that? Did I say that?
He said the one with the most energy drink.
Frank!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one with the most energy drink.
Oh my gosh. Cut it, dude. Cut it. Frank. I'm being clouded. There's too much energy. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Reset. This is the one with the most energy in the drink. It's Spike.
Spike.
It's Spike. For our video watchers, you already saw me grab this. Audio listeners, it's Spike. With its slogan, a classic slogan, get spiked. Classic, right? Come on. I mean, what does that mean?
You know, I
Actually.
don't want to know, and I don't want to put it in front of a bunch of high schoolers and middle schoolers for them to interpret what it means.
Yeah. And, 350 milligrams.
Hardcore
Hardcore energy.
I can just see like a commercial, and it's like, and it's not like the
EA Sports
Yep.
is in the game.
Yep.
And they're just like,
Hardcore.
Get spiked.
Yep. That could be a slogan for along with like a spike ball commercial. Get spiked.
I don't
You
think
know?
they'd say it like that.
Probably not actually.
Trapaholics.
Probably not. Did I open the last one or did you?
I believe I opened the last
Okay,
one.
that's true. All right, then let's take a listen here, everyone. Lean in close. Lean in close. Turn up your listening apparatus.
Ooh, that is a different sound.
Okay. First reaction. The spray from the air from it hit my eye and like, or it hit not inside my eye. It like brushed up against my face. It's like
The
exploding.
carbonation just kind of went.
All the pressure went, and then
Wow.
the air that was
Okay.
bursting come out just kissed me.
You know, I think
And look
it's-
how full this is.
Oh my
Look how
goodness.
full this. Okay, video listener. Okay, look at this.
Okay, Caleb's showing
Look
it
how
is
full this
literally
is.
up to the rim.
Look at that. Oh my goodness, they pack you full. Holy moly.
Wow. Caleb, you want to load us up with this one?
You know what? It'd be my pleasure.
Thank you.
I will say, first impressions.
Completely white. Oh,
First impressions.
ladies and gentlemen, this drink
my
is
gosh.
clear.
You know what? I'll give it to them. At least they don't have artificial colors. I'll give them that. They have N-acetyl L-tyrosine. That's probably fine. That's probably
hold on.
fine.
Give it a smell.
Oh my
It's-
gosh.
That smells.
That's a strong smell. That's a strong smell. Yeah, so the
Wow.
first impression I'm getting from this is definitely hardcore energy. I mean, I opened it and I
feel
got
like I'm going to get spiked.
caressed. Oh man, we're gonna get spiked, brother.
All right, well,
Let's give it a shot.
I'll on Z.
Bottoms up. Oh, interesting.
What?
Whoa. It's
I got it.
yeah.
Apple juice mixed with battery acid.
I definitely get the hint of apple. You know what I also get reminded of?
Hmm.
Kind of like a Skittle-ish.
A
taste.
Skittle. No, okay.
Like kind of like a Skittle-ish hint in there. It's got like a lower note, and it's got like kind of like a higher note in there too. My heavens.
That's cheese.
That's my heart rate. Oh my gosh. Oh. It's definitely got pretty good flavor. It's for sure hardcore.
It's really strong.
It is really strong.
Like I had a little bit in here. It's hard to drink.
yeah, I would say impressions from this drink are it's strong and it makes me nervous, to be honest with you.
I feel like I just got spiked and I barely even had any.
I got spiked and I just by opening it. it spiked me in the face, dude.
Imagine you're just a trucker going down the highway, just like
What happened, officer? It was the spike.
oh, that dang spike.
He got spiked. Oh man, yeah.
Caleb,
Okay.
what are you thinking? Where are you gonna put this on your tier?
So okay, this is gonna come low on my tier because it makes me fearful, and I don't want to be fearful when I'm confronted with a drink that I want to enjoy.
No,
alright?
that makes sense.
This is something that if I was about to, I don't know, let's say pull an all-nighter while also fighting a fire, I would probably drink this. However, I don't plan on doing that, and so I don't think a normal human being needs this much energy. 350 milligrams, that's intense.
It's really intense.
That's really intense. It spiked me in the face when I opened it. I will say plus points though for them filling it up all the way, you know? 'Cause
that was really cool.
that is really good because it's not like those bags of chips where like Lay's.
it ain't your standard Lay's.
It ain't your standard Lay's where it's just mostly air. So I'll give them points for that. However, I do have to keep in mind that I'm just looking at the list. And so okay, I have my ranking. This will come in at number 9.
Number 9. Okay,
Number 9.
I think that's fair.
This will come in at number 9. It's not terrible. It's good flavor. However, it is cause for fear with its ingredients and caffeine content. I would say, yeah, that's where I'll put it. And Seth, where are you at? Where are you leaning?
You know, I think looking at the lineup right now, I don't think looking at any of these that any of these are deserving of my number 10 slot.
Oh, wow.
And given that my number 9 slot is taken, I think I'm going to put Spike at number 10.
That's fair. You got to do what you got to do. I completely understand that. What did you think of flavor-wise? How did you find it?
Flavor-wise, I didn't like it at all.
Really?
I don't think I'd ever willingly buy this.
Wow. Are you
It
not a berry guy? Kind of berry mix in
it
general, or is
was
it
it
just this?
tasted so artificial.
Oh, this is the original flavor. I
It is the original
see.
flavor. I believe they have a strawberry flavor as well.
Okay.
A pink can. But
Okay.
I really didn't like it.
It did taste very artificial. I
It was
agree
almost
about that.
every sip kind of made me wince a little bit.
Fair
And it
enough.
wasn't because of the taste, it just was so intense in my mouth.
Hardcore, one could say.
Yeah, it just wasn't like it wasn't great.
Yeah. This.
So for that reason I think number 10 is definitely
Yeah.
up-
I'll put up the caveat that I might change my spike rating depending on another drink that I'm eyeing that might be number 9, because I have to think about it comparatively. Which one would I buy before? So I think I might be changing it, but that's something that you guys will have to stick around to find out.
right after this ad break.
Let's cut to the ad.
Oh man, I hate these energy drinks.
Has this ever happened to you? You just got done studying for your finals and you want to lubricate your mouth. But you go to the store and gasp, there's nothing there for you that you like. They don't have the elixir of energy. They don't have the nectar of nurturing nutrition. Well, that's no longer a problem thanks to the sponsor of today's episode. SR Energy. You see, here at SR Energy, we think it is imperative to have the 3 building blocks of any good drink. 1,500 milligrams of taurine, 527 milligrams of caffeine, 100 milligrams of creatine. And just for you nutritious folks, we got 300 milligrams of sodium and 12% juice. That's right, health is key, and we want you to do your best and perform your best. You ever wonder, oh man, what am I gonna do? I have to stay up late. Well, that's a worry of the past. Now let's go see if we can't find our fretful friend. Is this what you were looking for?
Oh my gosh, SR Energy.
Another life saved. And that could be you too, if you make sure to go to our website, srenergy.com, use our code SREnergy for 100% off your 100th order plus shipping and handling. Now, let's see if I can't catch up with my joyful friend. Hey, wait up!
Oh man, dude, I'm so happy you introduced me to SR Energy.
Well, it's the least I could do for you. Here's the finals.
Yeah!
SR Energy has not been reviewed by the FDA. SR Energy is not available outside of the US. Importing is forbidden. Do not exceed 3 gulps per 4-hour period. Vertical growth may vary. Side effects may include dizziness, excessive brain fog, coffee-based hallucinations, mewing, emboldened insecurity, loss of taste, smell, and/or eyebrows, social ineptitude, calcified excretions, and stuffy nose. Do not consume with other stimulants, liquid, solid, or gaseous. Drink at least 1 liter of hot water between gulps. Do not consume within 3 hours of waking. Do not let sit in hot environments for more than 15 minutes. Must be 18 years or older to drink, preferably 25. Do not operate heavy machinery or vehicles within 15 hours of consumption. Just grab a can and you'll become a fan. Trademark of Second Rate LLC.
Jumping right into our 6th drink today. Given that we started with a monster, I think I'm going to kick off our halfway point here with the other monster sitting here. My personal favorite monster.
I I can't remember if I've actually had this before.
Pipeline Punch.
Yeah.
Pipeline Punch is a favorite among college students.
Pipeline Punch. I was asked by one of our college classmates, schoolmates. I don't know what you call them. Peers, I should say. Oh, that's not the. I was expecting pink.
Salmon pink.
Yeah, this is salmony. It's like tangerine, or like grapefruit. Anyways, I was asked to get this for someone. It is a favorite, and yeah, a good way to start it off would be with this monster. Just to kick this off again, and let's
give her a taste.
All right. Huh.
That is sure a drink.
Huh.
And it's still good. It's really sweet. Pipeline Punch is really sweet.
It is very sweet. You can definitely, yeah, taste the sweetness in this thing.
16% juice though.
160 milligrams of caffeine on this. Definitely a sweet, juicy. Like you can tell there's juice in it. Oh yeah, 16% juice. You can like taste the juice in it and what it adds to it.
It is really good. I think it's really good.
Where would you put this?
No, I don't think that it's old reliable, but I don't think that it's worth a low tier on the list.
Interesting.
However,
okay.
My 4 and 5 are already picked.
They are. So it's either 3 or 6.
I think I'm gonna go on a whim here, and I'm gonna put it at number 3.
3? Really?
Pipeline Punch at number 3.
Oh my head, number 3?
Yeah, because when it comes to drinks that I want at a gas station, Pipeline Punch is almost always there.
Interesting.
It's always near Old Reliable.
Okay.
And so I think because of that reason, I think I gotta put it at number 3. Just because I do really like Pipeline Punch.
Interesting.
And I can always trust everyone else in the car to also enjoy it.
That's fair. What makes you put Pipeline Punch? For reference, we got Pipeline Punch at number 3 on Seth's list, and White Monster at number 5 on Seth's list. So what makes you, what prompts you to give more to Pipeline rather than the White?
Reliable, yeah. I think that Pipeline just tastes better.
Okay.
I think that it has like a juicy flavor, and the fact of the matter is, neither monsters have a ton of carbonation. Now,
that's true.
Personally, for me, I'm more on the side of more carbonation. I love carbonation a lot. I absolutely chug NOS because of how little carbonation it has.
Mm-hmm.
I just love carbonation, and because of the juice content in Pipeline Punch, I think it gives it a better taste.
Okay.
Even though it comes off as a little bit sweet, I can still chug Pipeline without, like giving it an eye wince,
Okay. It's a sweetness that you enjoy.
It's a sweetness I enjoy.
Fair.
And given that said, it has 46 grams of sugar. It doesn't have that 0 grams of sugar, but I think it is almost as sweet as Old Reliable.
Interesting.
So for that reason, I'm going to put it at number 3.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Very good. Now, I haven't had this drink much, and with this, I kind of reacquainted myself. I think I might have tried it once before, if even that. So this is giving me, I got an idea from this, and I gotta be honest. This is number 9 for me.
Number 9?
This is number 9 for me.
Wow.
I gotta be honest. There's a juicy, like 16% juice, and like you can taste that, and I don't, it doesn't jive with me, to borrow the colloquialism. It doesn't, I don't rock with it. I'm not.
That's wild.
I do not enjoy the taste that much, to be honest. And
okay.
I wouldn't find myself having a can of this and being excited, being like, oh yes, I have this can, like.
That makes sense.
With the Gridlock, I'm like, yes. With the White Monster, with the Red Bull, I'm like, yes. But with this one, I don't think I would yes it. I think I'd be like, okay. Like, it's not appalling, It's like Spike, I would consider not drinking just because I fear for my heart.
Fear for your life because you're getting spiked.
Yeah, but the Pipeline, I would drink it.
Spiked.
It's spiked. I would drink it, but I don't know. It's not something that I would go on my way to buy. And for that reason, it's number 9 for me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of a pretty big jump between us and our ratings of this.
That's wild. I wasn't expecting that from you. I was expecting kind of like almost around Old Reliable.
Really?
I was thinking you were gonna put it right below Old Reliable, but
interesting.
Number 9. I respect that decision. That's kind of like I'd have a sip of it if offered, but I would never buy it.
Yes. Exactly.
That makes sense.
Thank you, my friend.
All right.
And for our next drink now, we will do one that I personally have very little experience with. I don't think I've ever bought one for myself, and that is the The C4. The C4, for our audio listeners, I grabbed the Celsius, which is not yet. We're reviewing the C4. We have Mango Foxtrot.
Mango Foxtrot.
Mango Foxtrot.
You know, that's actually kind of surprising about the flavor because it's kind of like a silver
It is,
tint on the
right?
top. Mango, I would have expected more of like a tropical look on the can, but it's just yellow and gray.
Yeah, it is just yellow and gray. This is a 0 sugar, naturally and artificially flavored, 200 milligrams. So we have a pretty fair amount of caffeine in this one.
Explosive energy you can feel.
Wow. Performance, sport and fitness, C4 drink. Yeah, I mean, I personally, I don't think I've ever bought one myself. I'm not a huge C4 guy. How about you? What's your experience with C4?
I mean, if I'm going before C4 tends to be like a pre-workout beverage.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to, go on a run, go work out, I'll maybe drink half a can.
Okay.
I usually never drink a full can of C4 though.
Interesting. Any reason in particular?
There's a lot of studies around C4, specifically the pre-workout.
Really?
Yep, around what's in them, and I know that they're a little bit intense for your heart. And if I'm gonna go on a run, I'm gonna go work out. I'm already putting strain on my heart, so I usually drink about half a can.
Okay.
Or just make it a sipper.
Okay.
One that I'm drinking over the course of an hour or two.
A sipper. Yeah,
I'm not gonna down it.
Now, do you think strain on your heart from C4 more or less than Spike?
Less. Significantly less.
I figured.
Because there's more than just caffeine that we have to think about here. There's also the B12. There's the
and all
MCG.
the chemicals.
All of that. All those chemicals, and taurine, all of those give you energy. And you gotta think about that for all these energy drinks.
That's a good point. Very good point. Hey, vitamin B12 in this. Let's go, dude.
Yeah. Let's crack her open and give her a try.
All right. Take a listen. Turn up your volume. Ooh. There's a bit of a... There's a bit of resistance as I was opening it.
Yeah, that felt like kind of a hearty can.
It's a hearty candy. Oops, sorry, I bumped the mic there. Let's pour this.
Another clear energy
clear
drink.
One. Okay, all right.
The ones with the most caffeine content seem to be clear. Have you noticed that so far?
That's a good point. That is true. Probably because the FDA won't approve them if they have synthetic colors in them.
Only have
they're just one red mark away from not being able to sell these.
All right.
Let's. How does it smell? What's the?
Oh, not at all what I would expect it.
Interesting.
It's like a.
It's like vaguely fruity, but I don't get distinct mango.
Yeah, it's vague. That's a good way to put it. Vaguely fruity. It's like a hint.
Yeah, I
don't.
As
if you were like sniffing like a sparkling water that tells you that they're flavored, but they're not.
Yeah, upon a deep inhale, as it gets into my olfactory senses, it's like fruity. It's like I almost get more pineapple, a little bit. It's weird. I don't know why.
Huh. And what's the flavor again?
Mango Foxtrot.
Well, let's give Mango Foxtrot.
Yeah, let's give it a try. Maybe the Foxtrot has some pineapple in it, or maybe I'm just tripping. Oh. Uh-huh. Interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Okay.
That's.
I feel like there's a lot to unpack here. Seth, why don't you go first? And I noticed you wincing over there.
Yeah, I definitely winced. So something that I look for in energy drinks or soda, anything carbonated in general, is if it tastes really good, you should be able to pretty much chug it. Right?
I can rock with that. Yep.
For NOS, I can take it's like gulp, 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 set down.
Okay, that's your swig of NOS.
That's my swig.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? When I'm drinking Pipeline, I can do gulp, gulp, set down.
Okay.
Right?
I get you.
I can do the same with Red Bull, probably, even though it's really far down on my list here. But, with Spike here at number 10, I was really thinking about the fact that, I really felt like I had to force myself to swallow it.
To even have one gulp.
Yeah, to even have one gulp. Yeah. And I felt like the C4 had a very similar vibe to it.
Really?
Yeah. I actually didn't like the flavor either. I wasn't a huge fan of the taste.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, what are you thinking? What's your initial thoughts on this?
My initial thoughts are that I expected more mango, honestly. It's like there's like a hint of mango, mango is insinuated in the flavor profile
it is insinuated.
Here. But it's not like overtly like mango. It's not something that I would
a little more foxtrotty.
Sit down. Yeah, I mean maybe the foxtrot is what detracts from the mango-ness of it, although I don't quite know how you would classify foxtrot as a flavor, but it's weird. It's like a weird flavor is what I can give it, and it's not necessarily a good weird. It's not very enjoyable for me.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Clinically studied to fight fatigue and power muscular endurance. I believe that.
I believe that. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would believe that.
Where do you think you'd put it on your list?
Oh man, this is tough because I'm thinking, would I rather drink Pipeline Punch or a C4 if I was given it? Which one would I drink
That's
first?
a wild thing that you're even considering.
Which one would I drink first? Because the C4 was like, it wasn't great. Oh my goodness, this is hard. Here, I'm gonna take it real quick.
But is it better than Pipeline?
I'm gonna
That's
double
even
dip.
wild that you're even considering that.
I'm gonna double dip. I'm gonna double dip real quick. Man, that's just so tough. I'll put C4 at number 8.
Really? Oh my goodness.
I've changed my mind.
All right.
C4 is now my new number 9. I think I would drink a Pipeline before a full C4.
Bumping up the
At least-
Pipeline Punch to number 8.
Yeah, at least the C4. Because, okay, so Pipeline Punch was here. Now we're going to move it up to here. And we're going to replace that with the C4. And, yeah, I was just thinking about it, because I want to keep this true to an actual ranking of, which one would I drink. And I think I would have a full can of this Pipeline Punch before I had a full can of C4. Maybe it was the mango, maybe it was the foxtrot, but something I just didn't, it wasn't raw. I wasn't feeling it, as it were. And so, yeah, it was pretty bad, honestly. So I think
I didn't
that's
like it
where I'd put
either.
Yeah. Where would you put this officially?
I'm not going to switch around any of my rankings right now
Okay.
because I don't think that it's worse than Tropical Red Bull.
Really?
I don't think it's worse than Tropical Red Bull. This
Wow.
doesn't have some detestable aftertaste like Tropical Red Bull does. So therefore, I'm going to put it at number 8.
Okay.
I think it's a fair ranking. I think I would drink C4 for pre-workout. I wouldn't drink this flavor specifically, but I would definitely take
Yeah.
a C4 off the shelf, whereas I don't think I'd ever willingly buy a Tropical Red Bull given the options.
Yeah. Okay. Strong feelings for Red Bull. Red Bull, please sponsor us. I love you guys.
I love Red Bull too, just not Tropical Red Bull.
You know what? That's fair. You know what? Hey, I'm sorry that I made an assumption there.
Oh,
Forgive me.
ow. That ring really hurt.
That's a good point. All right. So sponsorship might still happen. I picked the last one, yeah?
8 and 9. Yeah, you did.
All right. Well, go for it, my boy. Which one you want?
I'm going to go with one that neither of us have probably tried. Another one. The Celsius Cherry Limeade.
Second C. Back-to-back C's.
Back-to-back
Okay.
C's. Let's give her a listen.
Okay. That was kind of
That was kind
That
of
was
hard to
like-
open, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, some
It was-
resistance there?
A little bit of resistance.
That was kind of like your standard can opening. When you think of a can opening sound, that one definitely fits the bill. Wow, that's a bright color.
Mm.
Look at that. Let's see if we can get this in some sunlight here. Let's see if we... Nope, it's behind the cans. You can't see that. Sorry. That is a bright color. Let's give it a... What flavor is it again?
It is Cherry Limeade, 270 milligrams caffeine.
270. That's pretty freaking decent.
Let's give her a try.
Wait, get that sniff. Get that sniff.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that strong?
Ooh, I kind of like that, actually.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Cherry, sparkling cherry.
Cherry
definitely,
limeade.
definitely hints of cherry in there. Wow, that's strong. That's like
Wow.
wait. Lifesavers. You know the flavored Lifesavers?
Yeah.
Like the cherry flavored Lifesaver?
That's a perfect
That's what
way
it
to
smells
describe
like. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the cherry flavored Lifesaver. That's what it smells like. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's give it a try.
Let's do it.
Not Huh.
It's not terrible.
Mm-mm.
I think the flavor is very aptly named. I would pretty much describe this as cherry lime.
Definitely cherry lime. It's like the initial taste of it doesn't make me immediately think of Lifesaver, the cherry flavor, or just one of those berries. But as I when you sniff out and you get that flavor in your nose, it's like definitely Lifesaver cherry is what I'm getting from this.
It definitely is. Now, this drink does contain 0% juice,
Interesting.
which is kind of surprising because
concerning.
it tastes like juice.
It does.
It does.
There's cause for concern with that. It raises some alarm.
Does raise some alarm.
Huh.
There's a lot of caffeine in this one, and it's not an
270,
alarming
yeah.
amount, but it's still a lot.
It's on the higher end for sure. 270 is
definitely on the
reaching up
higher
there.
end.
Yeah.
Now, Caleb, you have 2, 6, and 7 open. Some wild choices here, and you still have 3 others left. I have a guess here on what you're gonna pick.
Okay.
I'm gonna flash the camera on
Okay. I'll look away.
what number I think you're gonna pick.
Okay.
Now, Caleb, what number do you think that you're thinking you're gonna give this one?
Let me walk you through this.
Okay.
So Celsius, I was actually surprised when my compatriot here brought this in because I didn't know Celsius made cans like that large. I thought they were always the smaller can, kind of like Red Bull size ish, a little bit taller. So I never knew they made them that big, and I like Celsius. I think they taste good. I think on the spectrum of energy drinks that are not the worst for you, I don't think you can ever call an energy drink good for you. However, I would say it's not the worst for you. And that's something kind of what they advertise in their thing there, although we all know marketing is a giant scam most of the time. And they can get away with a lot of things. However, I do like Celsius. Let me just say that outright. This one gives Celsius a rather bad rep.
Oh.
The immediate connection is Lifesaver, the Lifesaver cherry, either the one you can like the hard candy or the soft gummy. And it was not particularly enjoyable to drink. And with that in mind, and it just gave me that sweet artificial candy connection that that's not what Celsius usually brings me to think of. And this one is it gives it a bad name, you know?
Wow.
So that being said, this is number 7 for me.
Oh.
What did you guess?
I guessed that you were gonna choose number 6.
Oh, number 6. No, this is number 7. Close. This is number 7 for me. It's not one that I enjoy. However, I think I would drink it over Pipeline Punch, but it's pretty close. You know, I don't think they're both good. Now I have a
Okay.
guess of what you're gonna pick for this.
You want me to look away quick?
Yeah, look away.
All right.
All right, you can look back.
All right.
And with that ranking out of the way, where would you put this, and why? Walk me through your thought process.
So I was surprised. I thought it was gonna be gross. I
Yeah.
initially picked it up for the gross factor. I seriously looked
Really?
at it and I was like,
Okay.
this is gonna be low on the list. That was my initial thought. I was like, we need to get some lower drinks in here because we have some the bangers.
We do have
on
some
this
bangers in this
lineup.
lineup. That's true.
And you know, I thought it was good.
Okay.
I did think it was good.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd buy it,
Mm.
but if someone handed it to me, I'd be like, all right,
Really?
all right.
Okay. All right. Fair.
But for different reasons than you, I'm also gonna place it at number 7.
Oh, I guess number 6.
Ah,
'Cause I thought you had more. You had more of a positive, immediate thought process about it. So I was gonna guess 7. Rats.
But the only reason is just
Or 6.
because of the fact that I don't think it's a deserving of right under Old Reliable.
That's fair.
Old Reliable is kind of our medium.
That's very fair.
White Monster is such a basic energy drink.
Yes.
And I really
That
think
is
that
fair.
this Celsius, just the new addition of energy 16-ounce can
Yeah.
energy drink from Celsius, I
Mm.
don't think it quite encompasses what Old Reliable really gives to the
Yeah.
the palate.
Yeah. Okay.
And
That's
so-
that's very fair.
That reason, number 7.
Yeah, when you put it into terms of that of like, oh, it's next to Old Reliable, I would also agree with you. Like, yeah, no, this isn't something that I would have neighboring Old Reliable, aka White Monster energy drink. And I wouldn't want them mingling necessarily. You know, that's a little too high society for Celsius here, and I don't think it's quite there yet. Very interesting. All right,
There you
well,
go.
oh, it's my pick,
It
isn't
is
it?
your turn. It is your pick.
All right, I'll pick one that I know I like. Gonna actually be the Ghost.
The Ghost.
Now here's the thing. Okay, I'll be straight up. I buy the Ghost Blue Raspberry once in a while. Or excuse me, the Ghost Blue Raspberry Sour Patch Kids edition. Once in a while because I love how it tastes and I buy it as
really?
more of a I buy it as like a more of a treat because
It tastes a little treat.
this is a little treat just to treat myself because like when you look at this can straight up, okay, the first thing that I think and that I think everyone should think is, oh my goodness, this is bad for me, because you can just tell
All right.
with how bright it is and with how much everything is cartooned and like just in your face. It's like, yeah, no, this is for sure not good for me. And I know it's not. I do. But once in a while, I do just like to splurge a little bit because I love how it tastes. And I think I got the red berry maybe once before, but I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Okay.
So this will be interesting to see where it comes into ranking if I like it as much too.
Well, let's
So,
give it the crack.
a lot of on that one.
That was one of our louder ones, for
That
sure.
was one of our louder ones. Ooh. Okay. It's filled up decently well. I once again spilled, and it spilled onto Seth's hand and the table.
Yep, my hand
Seth-
was in the vicinity of that.
Seth did very well not reacting to that, so props to you. I applaud you on that. So a clear, look at that. Oh, almost clear. It's got like a Red
Yeah.
Bull look to it almost.
Oh yeah, a little
You
bit of
know,
a yellowy.
little bit golden
Yeah.
type of thing. And if you give it a sniff, smell that.
Oh wow,
It-
wow, that is
Doesn't
very.
it smell like
It smells just
It
like
does, right?
the red Sour Patch.
It smells sour. You know when you
Yeah.
smell that like a Sour Patch Kid bag and it's got that sour kick that you can
They did
smell?
really well at that. That's wild.
Didn't they? Yeah, and it's it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I truly really enjoy this flavoring and of it. So, wanna try?
Cheers.
Oh yeah. Mm.
Wow, it's not bad. It's
Mm-mm.
definitely not bad.
Oh man.
I'm trying to collect my thoughts.
Yeah. Mm. You know, this one definitely got a bit of a a bit of a hold on us, because we both had just that silence of thinking about it.
Yeah, so I think when it comes to this
Huh.
drink, I think that they did a fantastic job, of course, marketing it, because the drink
Yeah.
itself tastes, I'm not even kidding, exactly
It really
like
does.
the red Sour Patch
It
Kids.
it
And I
really
personally
does.
love Sour Patch Kids
I do
a
too.
lot,
They're great.
and it really did that really well.
Mhm.
What are we looking for caffeine content on the Ghost? Do you know?
Oh, yes, I do know. It has 200 milligrams.
200 milligrams.
200 milligrams
All
of
right,
natural caffeine.
natural
We
caffeine.
have
What are we looking for sugar content here?
sugar content. We have 0 sugars.
Zero sugar, okay.
0 sugars.
That's some ups for this one.
0 sugars on this bad boy.
All right, well, let's look at the rankings here really quick. We have a number 2 spot and a number 6 spot open for you, Caleb.
We do. And I'm also realizing that we do have 3 spots open. Oh, no, we have 2 spots
Yeah,
actually.
only 2
Oh,
spots open.
pardon me.
The 2 and the 6 are
thought-
only
I
open
thought-
for you.
Oh, I didn't see my number 1 was taken. Oh, because I was thinking, oh, we have 3 spots and only, 2 left to go through. Oh, my word. I
put a tropical Red Bull at the
miscalculated. I
top.
forgot my number 1 was already full. That's good. So, given that we have 2 spots left, I'm sorry. Did you rank last or did I rank last first or whatever? Okay.
Doesn't matter.
All right. So I will say this: I prefer the blue one. I do prefer the blue one. I think that again they nailed it. There
They
was a
did
nice
nail
high
it.
level of liquid content in the can. Like it had a good amount of liquid. I mean, and so that's an up for it. However, it's not as good as the blue one. And knowing what's left on this, the last one we have to try, this is gonna go in the number 6 spot for me.
Number 6.
This is number 6 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think knowing what this is about to go up against, for me, number 6 is the only place that this can go. It's got nowhere else to go on the list. We're out of room. We simply cannot put it anywhere else. So it's number 6 for me.
Given that same logic,
Mhm.
I think I'm also gonna place it at number 6.
Really?
Yeah, because
Interesting.
I think that Ghost is, I don't think, again, sitting what holds our medium right now. of Old Reliable.
That's true. That's fair.
I don't think it's quite as good as Old Reliable,
I agree with you on that.
but I think it's good, and I think it has a place.
Wow. It's
So Ghost Redberry, I think, is a really safe spot at our number 6 for the both of us.
wow. It's very surprising. The reason that gave me surprise is because knowing what's left here, I know what your number 1 is, and I think the listeners here and the viewers can also guess that. And I would not have pinned that on you. I
Here
wouldn't
we
have
are.
pinned you for that.
Yeah, here we are.
But here we are. This is the climactic point where we have our final drink. Number 1 spot open for Seth. Number 2 spot open for me. Seth, what are we drinking last today?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Melon Mania Rain.
Yes, we do.
Rain being a very popular energy drink that only came out a couple years back.
Really?
But yeah, Rain isn't that old.
Interesting.
When I say a couple years, that was a really
quick,
sad.
really quick
That was a
crack.
really sad crack.
Really quick crack there.
Anyway,
Oh well.
let's jump right into it though.
This
I don't
has-
think it needs much of an introduction. The
We know,
Rain
right?
is low on caffeine content, only about 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah,
in a
not
can.
not too much. We don't want to push it. Of course.
However,
Oh,
another clear energy
clear.
drink.
Look at that. I wouldn't have pinned it for that. Clear. That's very interesting.
All right, well, should we give this old pogger of
Let's-
an energy drink a try?
Let's first do the old sniff test.
Oh, you want to give it the sniff test?
Very fruity.
Very fruity.
Oh yes, yes.
It almost smells more natural than most.
Yeah, I can see that. There's definitely a mania of melons, in that I'm getting hints of mania, of course.
All right, well,
Let's take a sip here. Yep. Yes.
it is really good.
That's Melon Mania Rain.
Mm-hmm. Rain. It slides down the throat easy. It's, one thing I really appreciate about Rain is that on the can they actually advertise that recommended for persons 18 years or older.
Responsible drinking.
Responsible drinking.
Yes.
Responsible drinking, 18 years or older on the can.
Yep.
I think that's just responsible.
A
I
good
think that's
disclaimer.
good.
Yep.
A strength for this company, Rain.
Yeah, this is a good drink. Now,
This is really good.
Seth Johnson, just to keep it formal, where would you rank this and why?
Not to throw a curveball at anybody here, but we all know what's open at my number 1.
We do know.
I have an open spot at number 1.
Yep.
It's not gonna go at number 1 though.
No shot.
Yeah, I'm
You're
gonna switch around at the last second.
the first switch of Seth's career.
First switch of my career in
second-rate
SR
reviews.
reviews.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's hear it.
First switcheroo.
I have an idea.
You have an idea?
I have an idea.
I don't think it's. I mean, it's not a huge
I have an idea.
surprise.
I have an idea
All right.
of what's gonna be number one.
All right.
Now I'll let you explain.
Now it's no surprise. It is Nos. Moving
Yep.
Nos to my number 1
That makes
spot. I
sense.
don't think that Rain is worth a number 1 spot.
Okay, that makes sense.
However,
Yep.
Rain is super good, and
I
I
agree.
think that Rain is a healthy number 2.
Yep.
Healthy being a very loose term here.
Very loose. I get it.
Very loose.
Very
I-
loose.
I think that this Melon Mania Rain
Yeah.
is very good, and I think that it deserves a number 2 spot.
Very interesting. Very
I don't
intriguing.
buy it often.
Yeah.
I don't buy Rain often, but I think that Melon Mania Rain, I tasted that. I've only had it once before in as a sip. I had a sip of somebody's Rain.
Interesting. Okay.
I thought it was super good, and I thought it does. I think on this list between number 3, number 2, and number 4,
Yeah.
given my number 3 and number 2, number 3 being Pipeline, number
Yeah.
4 being Gridlock,
Yep.
I think it goes down easier than both of those drinks.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an overwhelming
Intriguing.
sweet
Yeah.
flavor. It has 0 grams of sugar.
I hear you on that. yeah.
And when you sniff it, it doesn't come off as intense. And when you drink
Yeah.
it, in comparison to all of the other 300 plus milligram caffeine
Yeah.
energy drinks sitting here,
Yeah.
I don't think it's intense.
There is a pleasant absence of spiking with
Right.
this. There's a pleasant absence of spiking, which I can appreciate.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're not getting spiked by this energy.
You're not getting spiked, and I appreciate that as somebody who personally I don't like to get spiked. I don't really appreciate that.
Caleb, where
Very
would you put it
interesting.
on your list?
Well,
Number 2 spot being currently open.
number
for
2
Caleb.
spot being currently open. I'm gonna throw a bit of a curveball here, and I'm actually gonna put this At number 2. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
There's no
right.
curveball. It's straight up. I just wanted to build up the moment a little bit. It's number 2 for me. I have very good memories associated with this drink. I tried it overseas for the first time, and it's just a drink I have good memories with, or I have fond memories of, and I enjoy it. It's got good flavor to it. It's something that I don't have every time. It's not my go-to, but once in a while, I do enjoy just a good rain, just a good rain melon mania. And that's the one that I tried overseas too, that just left its imprint upon my heart. I would say so. I feel like my hand's pretty shaky too. No,
I feel like I'm doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, no,
I think it says something about both of us here.
I think it really does.
In the honors of both of us having our number 1 picks, let's cheers
Hey,
to some good energy drinks.
cheers.
Wow. Better than Old Reliable, but I'm not getting spiked.
Definitely not getting spiked.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the Second Rate Podcast. Thanks for joining us for the first episode of SR Reviews.
The first of maybe many more.
Over and out, baby.
See you in the next one.